नयने हरिवो व्रजपुरा शोभा नित्य चित आनंदमय। नयने हरिवो व्रजपुरा शोभा नित्य चित आनंदमय। वृषभानुपुरे जनमालयिबो यावते विवाह हइबे। ब्रज गोपी भाव ब्रज गोपी भाव होइबे स्वभाव अन्य भावना रोहिबो। ब्रज गोपी भाव होइबे स्वभाव अन्य भावना रोहिबे। देखिते देखिते भूलिबो वा कबे निज स्थूल परिचय। निज सिद्ध देह निज सिद्ध नाम निज रूप स्ववसाना। राधा कृपा बले राधा कृपा बले लोभियावे कबे कृष्ण प्रेम प्रकरण। राधा कृपा बले लोभियो वा कबे कृष्ण प्रेम प्रकरण। जमुना सलिले अहरणे गिया बुझिबो जुगल रस। जमुना सलिले प्रेम मुक्त होए प्रेम मुग्ध होए पागलानी प्राय गाइबो राधार यश। प्रेम मुग्ध होए पागलानी प्राय गाइबो राधार यश। देखिते देखिते भूलिबो वा कबे निज स्थूल परिचय। जयो राधे जयो राधे जयो राधे जय जय श्री राधे। राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय। बोलो बरसाने वाले की जय जय जय। राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय। जयो राधे जयो राधे, जयो राधे जय जय श्री राधे। जयो राधा वृंदावन चंद्र, राधा वृंदावन चंद्र श्री राधे। जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय, गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय। जय गोपाल नाथ जी, जय श्रीनाथ जी, जय गोपाल नाथ जी, जय श्रीनाथ जी। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा। वंदे रूप सनातन रघुजुगो, श्री जीव गोपाल को। श्री जीव गोपाल को। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस AC भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ब्रह्म मध्व गौड़ीय संप्रदाय आचार्य गुरुवर की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। राधिका शरद इंदु निंदिमुखा मंडली, कुंटले विचित्रवेणी चंपपुष्प शोभनी, नीलपट्ट अंगशोभे ताहे आढ़ ओटनी। वंदिये श्री पाद पद्म वृषभानु नंदिनी। वंदिये श्री पाद पद्म वृषभानु नंदिनी। Vandiye Shri Pada Padma Vrishabhanu Nandini. Tavayasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vinaya devitam namam charanantikam nayamam charanantikam nayamam charanantikam. So happy Radhashtami to all of you. Very, very special day in our lives, especially the lives of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It is, in fact, even more important than Janmashtami. And um, in a short period, it's almost impossible to even scratch the surface of the glories of Srimati Radharani. But I will try my best. Whatever emanates from my mouth, I hope it is pleasing to our Gaudiya Acharyas, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, the assembled Srila Prabhupada disciples, and the senior Vaishnavas, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Actually, this seat was today supposed to be occupied by His Holiness Varshana Swami. Every year after year, he speaks on Radhashtami. But somehow the other, his health is not well, so this servant has been given this opportunity to say a few words about Srimati Radharani's glories. So I seek the blessings of all of you here present. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, as the verse is displayed on the monitor, we can repeat this once. Premera Paramashara Mahabhava Jani Shei Mahabhava Rupa Radha Thakurani Premera Paramashara Mahabhava Jani Shei Mahabhava Rupe Radha Thakurani. Translation, and there's no purport here, but just the translation by His Divine Grace. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The essential part of love of Godhead is called Mahabhav, transcendental ecstasy. And the ecstasy is represented by Srimati Radharani. Bolo Radharani ki. So, we generally, when we ask devotees, what is the highest that you would like to obtain? So everybody, almost everybody says Krishna Prem, right? That's what we want. That's what our desire is. But Krishna Prem is of many types. Our acharyas explain. Srila Rupa Goswami has explained that in the Bhakti Rasam Sindhu with a lot of wonderful expansions of many verses, especially from the Padyavali. And what type of Krishna Prem are we looking for? That is the question that every Iskonoid should ask, because we are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why did he come, and what is the reason? What did he come to give us? If we have, at least on the knowledge basis, on the Gyan basis, failed to understand that, then I think personally we have wasted our opportunity in Mahaprabhu's movement. So today I will take the opportunity to combine the glories of Srimati Radharani with our prayojan. Prayojan meaning the ultimate goal of life, especially for us Gaudiya Vaishnavas. There are three processes. First is Sambandha, then the second is Abhidhyay, and the third is Prayojan. Sambandha means relation, to establish a relationship. And that is done by the mercy of Radha Madan Mohanji. Jayatam Surato Pango Mama Manda Mater Gati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bhujao Radha Madan Mohan. Radha Madan Mohan helps us in establishing a relationship. Of course, through our acharyas, that who is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, splendidly situated in Golok Vrindavan. That's the Krishna that we are concerned with. There are many types of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada has mentioned that, but we are only concerned with the son of Nanda Maharaj. So that's Sambandha. Abhidhyay being the process. And by the mercy of Govind Devji, Radha Govind Devji, we can be blessed with properly following the process of Krishna consciousness to attain the ultimate goal of Krishna Prem, which is known as Prayojan. But there are many different levels of Krishna Prem. Just to name a few, one of the Prem is known as Sneha. Sneha is the kind of prema that has been displayed by Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, etc., the elders. And also, Sneha has been displayed by the cowherd boys of Vrindavan. But then there is the specialty of love or prema, Krishna Prem, which is the specialty in the Madhurya Rasa, which comprises of Man, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhav, Mahabhav, Rudha, Adhirudha, Modanakha, and Madanakhya. So these are the different delineations of Krishna Prem. And when we enter, hopefully, in some lifetime, the highest prayojan of Krishna Prem being Madhurya Rasa, by the mercy of Srimati Radharani and her associates, her kinkaris, her Paliya Dasis. Those right there are her Paliya Dasis. His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, is her Paliya Dasi. So by their mercy, we can enter into the Madhurya Rasa, which is our final goal. Man is that kind of praying where there is sulkiness, where not only Srimati Radharani displays that, but even her associates, her most intimate Swapaksha gopis, they display that when they're upset at Krishna. That is also a kind of praying, being upset at Krishna. Pranaya, Prakrishna Rupena Anaya Iti Pranaya. Pranaya means so much deep attachment which leads to the next stage of raga. Anuraga, which all the gopis of Vrindavan possess. Bhav and Mahabhav. It is like condensed milk which is being churned more and more, and it is made into barfi. And as the prema condenses, it becomes into Bhav and Mahabhav, Rudha and Adhirudha, and Modan and Madanakhya, which are the last two, are the only sole proprietorship of Srimati Radharani. Nobody can attain that. Not even Lalita, Vishakha, or the different gopis in Vraj. That is the sole exclusive domain of Srimati Radharani. And when we find that we just get a glimpse of what that prema is, we will be so thankful to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas that we will always be grateful eternally, and we will we will never ever obtain that kind of level in theism or in spirituality. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that there's a very nice verse, actually, that has a rasic meaning beyond just the standard translation. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has commented on it, and some Rasik Vaishnava acharyas, we have heard from them, that this particular verse, what is it? This verse is that those whose minds are multi-branched, they will never attain a particular perfection or resolute. Bahu shakhai anantascha samadhavna vidiyate. What is the full verse? Right? व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि एक कुरु नंदना बहुशाखा ही अनंतस्य समाधौ न विधीयते. One should be resolute in their purpose. Krishna consciousness also has so many different delineations and different branches. Those who are not taken to Krishna consciousness, if they believe in some superior power, in some spiritual, like the demigods, Devi Devtas, here also this verse can apply, that you concentrate on one particular demigod so that one day you will get their blessings and you will enter into Krishna consciousness. But if we jump from one branch to another branch, then it will be irresolute. We will never find. This same verse can be applied to Vaishnavas or Krishna consciousness. There is so many different avatars or expansions of Lord Krishna. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam, Adyam Purana Purusham, Nav Yovanam Cha, Vedesha Durlabham, Adurlabham Atma Bhakto, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. There are so many different forms of Krishna. So, which form are we interested in, especially those who are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? That is where we have to be concentrated on one particular form. Aradhyo Bhagwan Vrajesh Tanayas Tadham Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachid Upasna Vrajavadu Varge Nataya Kalpita. Srimad Bhagavata Purana Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Mataidam Na Yatra Agraha Paraha. This is from Chaitanya Manjusha, this particular verse. It's the Manglacharan. And in this verse, Kavi Karnapurna says that if you want to worship, there are so many forms of the Lord, so many Vishnus, so many Narayanas, so many different forms. Anadi, Anantarupam. But for us as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Aradhya Bhagwan Vrajesha Tanayas. That Bhagwan who is the son of Nanda Maharaj. That Bhagwan who is in Vraj. Namami Ishwaram Satchitananda Rupam. Lasata Kundalam Gokule Vrajamanam. All the forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the personality of Godheads are Satchitananda. But Satyavrat Muni has specifically said that Gokule Brajamanam, that personality, that Satchitananda, who is splendorously situated in Vraj, in Gokul. So Aradhya Bhagwana Vrajeshatanes, Tad Dham Vrindavan. There are so many dhams, but we should be interested, concentrate our attention, we should be resolute in the worship of Sri Vrindavan Dham. And Mayapur and Vrindavan non-different because it is Chhana Vrindavan. Now the Mayapur, there is secret Vrindavan also because of Mahaprabhu's appearance. Ramya Kachit Upasna Vrajavadu Vargena Taya Kalpita. One should follow in the footsteps of the highest worship of the gopis of Vrindavan. Vrajavadu. Gopis means Vrajavadu. Vrajavadu Vargena Taya Kalpita. And amongst all the scriptures, for us, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the basic and the fundamental scripture should be Srimad Bhagavatam, Puranamalam, Prema Pumartho Mahan. It will give us the highest prem, which we have just discussed the different delineations of prema. And it is the opinion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Mataidam. It is the opinion of Mahaprabhu. So this is something that we need to really take home within our hearts. Most of us, if we are admitted to a particular school or a college, let's say a college, we know what our subject matter is, where and in which subject we will be graduating in, right? And if we don't know that, then that would be kind of silly, right? If supposing if we go to a particular college and we ask a student, what are you studying? Oh, this and that. Something very uh, confusing answer. Or if the person doesn't really know what he wants or she wants, then there is certainly confusion in that person's head. So similarly, being the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, these are the governing principles. And even further beyond that, the governing principle is that of uh, Radhadasyam, the servitorship of Srimati Radharani. Very important. Uh, in a conversation, this particular verse that is displayed is from Chaitanya Charitamritam Madhya Leela, and it's from chapter number 8, a conversation between Rai Ramananda and uh, Sriman Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to his South Indian tour, he was specifically asked by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in Jagannath Puri, before he left, that when you go to South India, please, I request you meet Rai Ramananda. And finally, when he meets Rai Ramananda on the banks of the Godavari, Rai Ramananda has been asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are a minister, so I want you to meet you alone in seclusion. So don't bring anybody with you, none of the Brahmins, none of the soldiers, none of your guards. Just come by yourself. So when the next day when they meet, Mahaprabhu asks a wonderful question. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had this habit, although he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he has, Nandanandan Krishna has obtained the Mahabhav of Srimati Radharani. What more can anybody even conceive of? The achievement that Krishna of Vrindavan could attain. That was his prayojan. That was Nandanandan Krishna's goal, to obtain the bhav of Srimati Radharani. Now, think about this, my dear devotees. Some of us are worshipping different Vishnu tattvas. I see that on the altar, which is great, but at a certain point, we have to become Ekeha Kurunandana. Like Krishna says, we have to have one-pointed attention. And I like to give this example of somebody, let's say a medical student who becomes a doctor. Now, everybody who's got their degree as medical doctors, they're all qualified in general medical science or treating their patients. But then further, some of the students, they take into specialties. So somebody wants to become a heart specialist, a cardiologist. Somebody wants to become a lung specialist, a pulmonologist. Somebody wants to become cancer specialist, oncologist, and so on and so forth. So using this analogy, I would like to say that all doctors are like Vaishnavas, or all Vaishnavas are like doctors. Vaishnava is, the definition of a Vaishnava is one who worships Vishnu or Krishna or Krishna's forms or expansions. That is the definition of a Vaishnava. So there are so many Vaishnavas worshipping different deities of their liking or the affinity that they have or they have developed. So the specialty of a heart doctor or a cardiologist is simply heart. He has general knowledge about medicine, that if supposing if a friend approaches, I have a problem with my ear, can you help me? He says, yes, I can take a look at it, but it is better to go to an ENT specialist, a ear, nose, and throat doctor. He will be able to help you better than me. But anything related to the heart, I am definitely, you can ask me any questions, and if there's a problem, I can treat you. So similarly, we as being so fortunate to be under the guidance of the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is our specialty? What is our specialty? Our specialty is the service, ultimate service of Radharani, Radha Dasyam. Radha Dasyam is the ultimate goal of all followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And obviously, if Srimati Radharani is pleased, Krishna is pleased. There's no doubt about that. So, in order to understand that, we have to slowly graduate from Bhagavad Gita to Srimad Bhagavatam to Chaitanya Charitamrita to Chaitanya Bhagavat, and especially hear from the Rasik Vaishnavas. Unless and until we do not hear from the Rasik Vaishnavas, we will not be able to raise our bar, our standard. We will be simply worshipping all forms of Krishna, and eventually Bahushakahi Anantascha Samadhauna Vidiyate. We will not attain any kind of perfection in terms of worship. Even if they are Krishna's different avatars or Krishna's expansions. So this is the most important thing for us to take home, especially on Radhashtami day today, that our goal is to serve Srimati Radharani. Our goal is to, like in today's bhajan, we sang this Dekhite Dekhite Bhulibo Vakabe Nija Stula Parichoya. Thakur Bhakti Vinod, in Sharanagati, he has mentioned in a section known as Bhajan Lalsa. Bhajan Lalsa. Lalsa means the longing, the deep desire. There are different songs and gradations in Sharanagati, right from the sadhak stage, from the level of a normal, practicing devotee, and slowly, Sharanagati takes us through the different components of full surrender to Krishna. Dainya Atma Nivedana Goptrite Varan, Avasya Rakshibe Krishna Vishwasha Palan, Bhakti Anukula Karya Karejo Svikar, Bhakti Pratikul Bhav Varjan Angikar, humility, surrender, giving everything to Krishna. Whatever we have, everything belongs to Him. Dainya Atma Goptrite Varan, Krishna is certainly my provider. Not my degree, not my money, that is our ahankar. But Krishna is my provider. So like these are the six different branches of Sharanagati. Krishna will always protect me. I have full faith. I will always do everything that is conducive to Krishna's bhakti, and whatever is not conducive to Krishna's bhakti, I will reject. So this is from Hari Bhakti Vilas, Gopal Bhatta Goswami's, the 6 different processes of Sharanagati. But within Sharanagati, the ultimate at the end, he comes to the point where it is his bhajan lalsa. Bhajan means we all understand our bhajan that we have, but our deepest desire of bhajan. So we have to learn from our acharyas how our bhajan should culminate into eventually. Just like the children learn from their parents, they imitate their parents. The best way to understand the hearts of our Vaishnava acharyas, Gaudiya acharyas, is through their bhajans. And in this particular bhajan, here it is very clear that Bhaktivinoda Thakurji has expressed very clearly Radha Dasyam, that I am a kinkari, I am a servant of Srimati Radharani. He says, Dekhite dekhite bhulibo vakabe nija sthula parichoy. When will that day come when I will simply give up this bodily identification? Of course, he is a pure Vaishnava Acharya. This particular line is meant for all of us. It is in deep humility. He introduces his song, although it is of the highest nature, he starts with humility. When will that day come? This is how we all need to pray. When will that day come when we will be able to give up our bodily identification? And we will be established on Jiver Swarup Hoy, Krishnir Nitya Das. He says, Nayane he rivo vrajpura shobha, Nitya chit anandamoy. Once I have gone beyond the bodily conception and have established into my true ego, which is Vraj, a devotee of Vraj Bhakti, then I will be able to see Vrajapur Shobha. I will be actually be able to see Vrindavan and Vraj Mandal properly. I will have the proper eyes. Today we even go to Vrindavan. This is also Vrindavan, non-different. Srila Prabhupada said that Vrindavan in India and Vrindavan here in West Virginia, they are non-different. But how many of us, when we visit Vrindavan Dham, we have those eyes? Even today, Krishna is performing his sweet pastimes. Even today, we find in Vrindavan, for those who have those premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena, santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokoyanti, yam shyama sundaram achinta guna tatve, govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So he's saying, Vrajapur Shobha, I will be able to actually see the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and look at his deep desire. Vrishabhanu pure janama hoilo. It is my deep desire to be born in Barsana. Vrishabhanupur. Vrishabhanu means King Vrishabhanu. And Pura means the city. Vrishabhanupure janama hoilo. Yavate viva hoibe. Now, why does he want to take birth in all the places in Vraj, in Barsana? Because as a little friend of Srimati Radharani, when Radharani was very little, actually Radharani appeared in Raval, very close to Gokul, about 3 kilometers from Gokul. Because King Vrishabhanu was so attached to Nanda Maharaj, he decided to first make his little village in Raval. And actually Srimati Radharani appeared there. And because it's an appearance, I will kind of connect and continue with this bhajan in a couple minutes. In Raval, one day King Vrishabhanu, now there are 2 different pastimes in different kalpas. In one kalpa, King Vrishabhanu, he was actually tilling the soil just like King Janak. And what did King Janak find? Sita, the little baby. Sita basically means tilling. Sita means to till the soil. And one who came out of the earth through the tilling of the soil is known as Sita. The last letter A means from. So Sita. Similarly, King Vrishabhanu in one of the millenniums, it is said that while he was tilling the soil, uh, one may wonder why the kings till the soil. It is the job of the farmer. But the kings used to do that as an auspiciousness before the time when before they started putting the seed. The king would come out, the Raj Rishis would come out and actually take the plow and 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 go and till the soil to set an example. So while doing that, he found Srimati, the little baby Radharani. That's one pastime of a particular kalpa. And in another kalpa, the Jamuna river used to flow right at the footsteps of Raval. Even today, if you go to Raval, there is a small temple of Ladli Lal. Ladli means Srimati Radharani. In Vrindavan, she is addressed as Ladli, and Krishna is addressed as Lal. So Ladli Lal. So Ladli's temple is there in Raval. And there we find that if you go up on the terrace, there's some little steps. You find that there is a ghat. And Yamuna used to flow all the way there. Now Jamuna ji has changed course approximately 3 kilometers away. But one day when King Vrishabhanu was taking his bath, he saw 1,000-petaled golden lotus floating towards him. And on that lotus was Srimati Radharani. And actually, Kirtida Mata, his wife, Kirtida, they did not have a girl. They had only one child, Sridham, Radharani's older brother, Sridham. And Naradji came actually to visit because Radharani had already appeared. And when King Vrishabhanu took her to Kirtida, his wife, they were so much in ecstasy that they were just, speechless. And they called the Brahmanas, just like Nanda Maharaj on Nanda Utsav day, gave in charity, and like that. But they were sad because she would not open her eyes. She would not open her eyes at all. They thought that she was completely blind, and that made them very morose. Naradji came because Naradji now knew that now Srimati Radharani had appeared. By the way, when Krishna decided to come down to Bhaumya Vrindavan or to the earthly Vrindavan, he says, Radhe, let's go. It's our time to go to this earthly planet and perform our pastime. So Radharani says, I will only come if there are 3 conditions. You have to meet these 3 conditions. What are those conditions? That I will need Vrindavan of Golok manifested, number 1. Number 2, Jamuna, the river, she has to manifest as well. And 3, Govardhan. If you can bring them down, then I will go with you. Otherwise, I'm not going. So Radharani, by the way, she has what we call as the controlling nature. There are 25 qualities of Srimati Radharani. And I urge all of you, this is a wonderful idea. Whoever did this, on every pillar we find 4 different qualities of Srimati Radharani, and they are there. And one of the qualities, the 25th quality of Srimati Radharani is, which is considered the topmost quality, that she fully controls Krishna. She fully controls Krishna. And that is known as Dakshin Bhav, Dakshin Naika. There are so many gopis in Vrindavan, and they are divided into 4 different kinds: Swapaksha, Vipaksha, Surud, and Tathastha. Swapaksha gopis are those are completely in the camp of Srimati Radharani. They think, feel, will, everything exactly like Srimati Radharani. By the way, Today is also the appearance of Vishakha Sakhi. She is exactly the same age of Srimati Radharani. And she also understands Srimati Radharani's heart exceptionally well. So those are the Swapaksha gopis. The Vipaksha gopis are the ones who take Krishna away from Radharani, like Champaklata, Shaibya, Padmavati. These are the different groups of gopis that also are in amorous love with Krishna in Madhurya Rasa. But they take away Krishna from Srimati Radharani. There is one quick pastime that comes to my mind. Our six Goswamis and the other followers, the pure acharyas, uh, from Narottam Das Thakur to Vishwanath Chakri Thakur, Baldev Vidya Bhushan, to Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, to our Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, our Srila Prabhupada. They are all very, very young gopis known as the Manjaris. And their specific seva is so specific that even the highest of the highest, the Lalita and Vishakha, those Ashtasakhis, they are not allowed into that particular seva that they can do. So one time Raghunath Das Goswami, who is known as Tulsi, please no playing, Hare Krishna, please take them out. There is very serious Hari Katha going on. I will please request you. Please take them out. Thank you so much. This is not a playground. We have to respect our dharma. Thank you. So sorry, where was I? I got a little distracted. I apologize. Yeah. So Raghunath Das Goswami is Tulsi Manjari. And while he was so austere, very dear Paliya Dasi of Srimati Radharani. Paliya means favorite. In actually, in English, we used to have the, what's your pet name? They say, but in American English, that can have a different meaning. Pet name means a favorite name. That's English, right? That's what we learned when we were in India, schooling. So my pet name is such and such. So Paliya means pet, and Dasi means a servant. So Paliya Dasi. So Raghunath Das Goswami one day, and he was very austere, he hardly stayed, and Sanatana Goswami had to chastise him once because while he was chanting the holy names on the banks of Radhakund, it was so scorching hot in summer that Srimati Radharani took her anchal, her veil, and covered him in their scorching 50 degrees Celsius heat, which is over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very hot in summer. While he was, because he didn't have a bhajan kutir. And Sanatana Goswami saw that from far and says, Raghunath, because Sanatana Goswami is the chief, Rup and Sanatana Goswamis, you have to stop doing this. Build a little bhajan kutir. You know what happened? Instead of serving Srimati Radharani, Radharani is serving you. I just saw that she was holding a veil and standing and taking all the scorching heat on her head. So while in Radhakund, which was the residence of Raghunath Das Goswami, he only slept maybe 1.5 hours. And about 19 hours a day or 20 hours, he used to chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He was chanting the holy names and he was not paying attention on his bodily needs. But the Vrajvasis used to come, the Radhakund Vasis, and give him. And the only thing that he used to have is buttermilk. What did he have? Chas, buttermilk. So one day one Vrajvasi came and brought one cup of buttermilk to him, a leaf cup. Even today when you go to Vrindavan, they are called dona. That when you go for a feast, they serve you on a leaf plate and a leaf bowl. So when he was just about to take that dona or that buttermilk cup, he immediately, in profuse anger, he took that cup with the buttermilk and rejected it and threw it. I don't want it. I don't want this. And all the Vrajvasis, Babajis, exalted Vaishnavas who were present in Radhakund, they were thinking, what has happened to Baba, meaning Raghunath Das Babaji? What has happened? We've never seen him display such anger. He's always so serene in his bhajan. What happened today? So the explanation is, Raghunath Das Goswami says, this leaves which the buttermilk is holding in this cup made of these leaves is coming from the kunja of Champaklata, the opposite camp Gopi. That's why I am rejecting it. And he went hungry that night. He did not take anything. So that is the intensity of our Vaishnava acharyas of Gopi Bhav. Service service to Srimati Radharani. So therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Vrishabhanu Pure Janama Hoilo. I would like to be born in Barsana, so that I will be, while playing with Srimati Radharani as she grows up, I will be on her side and assisting her. And when we both grow up, we will get married eventually. So Vrishabhanu Pure Janama Hoilo Yavate Viva Hoive. Srimati Radharani got married in Yavat to a Gopa named Abhimanyu. So it is the desire of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur as a Gopi, as a Manjari, that even I would like to get married in Yavat. So when I get married in Yavat, what will be the opportunity? Day and night, I will be able to serve Srimati Radharani. I will follow her wherever she goes. And it is my deep desire, Nija Siddha Deha, Nija Siddha Naam. Radha, Nija Siddha Deha, Nija Siddha Naam, Nija Rupa Swavasana. That is the ultimate prayojan for all of us. If we have properly understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, what he came to give us. Nija Siddha De. We first have Shraddha, Ado Shraddha, Tata Sadho Sang. The next stage is Anartha Nivritti. Then the Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Bhav, Asakti, Bhav. That's the last stage. And then Krishna Prema. And again, Krishna Prema is of many types. So when we reach into that stage of Bhav, while we are actually performing our bhajan here in this particular body, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, pure Shuddha Nam. When we enter into that, without chanting, without offenses, chanting beyond the second stage of Nam Abhas and Shuddha Nam, at that time it is revealed to us by our acharyas, hopefully by his divine grace within our hearts. Chakshudana Lilojai, Janma Janme Prabhushai, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. We sing that every day in Guru Puja. It will be revealed to us, Nija Siddha De, who we are in Srimati Radharani's camp. Nija Siddha Deha. Nija Siddha Naam. What is our name? It will be revealed to us which Manjari we are. Nija Rupa. What kind of form? What kind of beauty? Swavasana. What kind of dress we will obtain? What kind of residence? So, around, for example, in Braj, there are many different kundas, especially in Govardhan. So there is the kunda of Lalita, there is in Radhakund, Lalita, Vishakha, etc. But the special Manjaris who are under them, they have their residences right next to their mentor, Lalita, Vishakha, Tunga Vidya, etc., the Ashtasakhis. So they have their residences there. So that's when will I, Bhaktivinoda Thakurji is praying, when will I get my name, my form, my rupa, my clothing, my residence? Radha Krishna Loibek Vakabe, and then when will I be able to actually cherish Radha and Krishna's pastimes? Krishna Prema Prakaran, the conjugal love. And that is exactly what the 6th verse of our Mangal Arti is. Nikunja yuno ratike li siddhya yaya ali bhir yuktir apekshaniya tatra ati dakshat ati vallabhasya vande guroho Sri Charnarvindam. When we sing this Mangal Arti, it is Vande Guroho Sri Charnarvindam, the lotus feet of all the great Vaishnava Acharyas. It is plural. Sometimes we hear mispronunciation. Some devotees sing it as Vande Guru Sri Charnarvindam. No, Guroho, it's plural. So we are actually praying for the mercy of all our Prabhupadas. Rup Goswami Prabhupada, Sanatan Goswami Prabhupada. And yes, the Mangal Arti is the Prabhupada song. Some of them, they say, are their opinion that it is not Prabhupada's song. That's the subject of another time. But it is a Prabhupada song because when Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who is none other than a Manjari himself, he has composed this song in Manjari Bhav, along with Sadhana and Manjari. From the 5th verse onwards, Sri Radhika Madhavyo Rapara Madhurya Leela Guna Rupa Nam Nam Prati Shana Swadana Lolupasya Vande Guru Sri Charnarvindam. That is Manjari Bhav. What do those Manjaris do when they are in Seva? Lalita, Vishakha and so many other Suvaksha gopis are not present. So what do? As soon as they come out of the Kunja, Lalita and Vishakha, they gather and all of them, tell me what happened inside. Tell me what happened. We know Radharani was completely upset in Man Bhav and Krishna was trying to pacify her. Give us all the details. So Sri Radhika Madhavya Apar. Apar means unlimited Nikunja pastimes. Apara Madhurya Leela, the conjugal pastimes. Guna, the transcendental qualities. Rupa, Nam Nam. And how they, with a lot of greed, Pratishan, every moment, they describe them, Pratishana, Aswadan, and with relishing. Not just describing, but relishing. So the Manjaris are like the little girls. So Lalita will say, hey, and give her a little tap on the cheek. Tell us what happened inside. I want all, and then they will all the Manjaris, like Rup Manjari, etc., they will tell all the details. That at one time, Krishna even took Radharani's lotus feet and said, please put it on my head. Jaydev Goswami has composed this. Dehi Pada Pallava Yugam. Please put your lotus feet on my head. I'm so sorry. And Radharani's feet are massaged by Krishna. So all these details, sometimes the gopis, like the Ashtasakis, they miss out. But the Manjaris come and tell them, Pratishana Swadana Lolupasya, with great greed. They describe the pastimes that have happened in secrecy of Radha and Krishna. How fortunate we are, we have no idea. What kind of good fortune His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada has brought us. This is the bhav that we must obtain, if in case otherwise, we will simply, Prabhupada has said this, that if you chant minimum 16 good rounds and follow the 4 regulative principles, you will go home, back to Godhead. But back to Godhead, Prabhupada is very particular. Back to Godhead is a very big realm. Vaikuntha Loka is full of different planets, or full of different, including Dwarka and Mathura, where the different tribes of Krishna reside. We may end up there, but he did not say back to Golo. Because he has said that even Krishna himself, as Vasudeva Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he says that Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanman Mam Prapadyate Vasudev Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabh. There are so many different kinds of persons who actually worship the demigods. Some of them are atheists, etc. But someone who considers me as a supreme personality of Godhead, I certify them as Mahatma, great souls. So our Iskcon movement is so wonderful that from day one, somebody comes in, we introduce, this is the supreme Radha Vrindavan Chandra. They are the supreme personalities of Godhead. Until some of us who have reached, crossed 50s, 60s, 70s, that is the bhav that Krishna, that Iskcon is offering to make us all Mahatmas, great souls, because we accept that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Because we have forgotten that due to the the influence of Mahamaya. But there comes a stage in Raganuga Bhakti where once we go from the clutches of Mahamaya, we will be handed over to Yogamaya. And Yogamaya also does the same job of making us forget that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, how is that? It's amazing. Those who have got Raj Bhakti, they don't know that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and they don't care. So it is the job of Yogamaya to make Krishna forget that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and make the Vrajvasis forget that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Both the Mayas do the same job, forgetfulness that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Yogamaya does a superior job to enhance the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So that is why these manjaris, then they come out, Tatradi Dakshat, Ati Vallabhasya, Vande Guru Sri Charanaram. They are so dear, Ati Vallabh, not Vallabh, but Ati Vallabh. Ati Vallabh means most dear. And they are expert in their services to Srimati Radharani. Our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada's service to Srimati Radharani is directly to her lotus feet. He applies the red, what do you call that in English? In Hindi, we call it alta. The red lac. Radharani's lotus feet has got the red lac. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, one of his special services is to apply lac to Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. And all these acharyas have specific services. Narottam Das Thakur has the special service of making wonderful milk with saffron, dry fruits for Radha and Krishna. So these are the specific services that are there, that the Manjaris and Radharani is so pleased with them. Actually, they are not different. Whatever Radharani feels, exactly they feel that. If Radharani feels pain, the gopis and Manjaris, especially the Manjaris, feel it. When Radharani feels bliss or happiness, they also feel it. Exactly the same as Srimati Radharani. And therefore, even if Srimati Radharani offers them to become a gopi, they don't want that. Because the gopis lack a certain area of seva, which they are saying the Manjaris will never lack that seva. They would sometimes mockingly tell Radharani, why are you punishing us by even thinking about that? You want to take us away our special seva that we have, Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai, that perfection in the Nikunja. Do you want to take that away, Radhe? And then Radharani would simply smile. No, my dear. I wouldn't want to do that. Never. So like this, there's so much. I mean, so then appearance of Radharani and Raval, Naradji comes, and Naradji asks King Rishabhanu, is everything okay? He said, yeah, everything is okay. But Naradji knows that the King Rishabhanu found Srimati Radharani, and he says that, well, you have a boy, right? He said, yes, I have a boy, Sridham. What about girl? And then he kept quiet, as if, he didn't want to say much. So Naradji said that, you have a girl, don't you? He said, yes. But she can open her eyes. She can't see anything. Naradji said, you know what? It's okay. Don't worry. Very soon you'll be extremely happy. Where is she? Let me see. And Naradji went into that room, baby room, where she was in her little cradle, and Naradji asked to be left alone. And the moment Naradji entered, he was in ecstasy and danced that the Haladini Shakti of Krishna has appeared finally to perform her pastimes on this earthly planet. Haladini means the ecstasy, or the potency of joy, of happiness. Allad means happy. That is why Prahlad's name is what? Prakrishta Rupena Allad iti Prahlad. Prakrishta means extremely happy. Prakrishta. Allad means joy. One is always in joy. So pure Vaishnava is always in joy. He is not on the bodily concept. You want to kill me? That's fine, my dear father, king of demons. but Sri Hari will protect me. Not even a frown on his forehead on Prahlad. Sri Hari. Nice little smile. That is Prahlad. So Alladini Shakti, she is the source of all happiness, happiness to Krishna himself. Non different from Krishna, but a separated energy in one sense, just to understand that the joy of Krishna is personified as Srimati Radharani. Later on, when King Vrishabhanu invited everybody, of course, Nanda Maharaj from Gokul, they all came and they got the news that Vrishabhanu has a daughter. So they came to celebrate. And when all the elders were talking, Krishna, who was at that time just a year and a half approximately older than Srimati Radharani, crawled into Radharani's room and then simply grabbed the bars of the cradle and peeked in. And that very moment, Radharani opened her eyes and she started crying. She wouldn't even cry. Basically, small babies would cry. So she wouldn't open her eyes and she wouldn't utter a single sound. The moment they heard the crying of the baby, everybody ran in and they were all full of joy, because the first thing that Radharani wanted to see in this material world, in the pastimes, is Krishna. So that's how she opened her eyes. Coming back to the last two verses, and then I will end today's glories of Srimati Radharani. Last verse, actually, of what was displayed. Jamuna salile aharane giya. When I go to fill water in the river Jamuna, so she is a coward girl, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in her eternal form. When I will go, aharane giya, bujiva jugala rasha, and I will be contemplating and trying to understand their conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, whatever I experienced. Because it is extremely difficult to understand the conjugal love, the amorous pastimes of Radha and Krishna. It is only those purified souls who have taken shelter of the Vrajvasis, especially in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism, like Raghunath Das Goswami has said in Manasiksha, that Guru Goshthalayam, must take shelter eventually. So Prabhupada said, yes, you will go on back to God, but not necessarily back to Golok Vrindavan, because this verse of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, that Samatma Su Durlabha, is that, yes, anybody who believes me that I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Mahatma. But Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna says one more verse. Manushyanam sahasrasu kaschid yatati siddhaye. What is the deep meaning of that verse? Siddhi. Out of all these devotees, there will be one who will attain perfection. And what is that perfection? Vraj Bhav in Radha Dasyam. That is the perfection. The servitorship of Srimati Radharani as a Swapaksha Gopi, as a Manjari, that is perfection. Perfection is for us Sri Rupa Manjari Pada, Shei Mora Sampada, Shei Mora Pranadhana, Shei Mora Vancha Siddhi. It is Rupa Manjari that is our guide, our mentor, our guru, even after we obtain our Manjari forms. When Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was leaving his body in Mangal Murat, early morning, he asked that please sing this song, Sri Rupa Manjari Mada. And Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's, our Srila Prabhupada's senior god brother, sang that. And once he sang that, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada ji just said, Hare Krishna, and he left. So this particular song that gives us an insight who our acharyas are. And in terms of his divine Srila Prabhupada, somebody asked him, who are you in Krishna Leela, in Vraj Leela? Srila Prabhupada said, if I tell you, you will faint. He did not reveal it. But we do get, if we are very careful in studying Prabhupada's words in his purports, his poem, if we are very careful in studying, we do get 100% conviction that Srila Prabhupada is definitely there in Manjari Bhav. Namaste Saraswate Deve. Saraswati Thakur is Nayana Manjari, a servant of Sri Rupa Manjari. And if Srila Prabhupada is a servant of Saraswati Thakur, who is Naina Manjari, then naturally we can deduce without speculation that he is also at least in Manjari Bhav. He may be in more than one Bhav, but definitely he is in the Manjari Bhav. And that is the reason why even Srila Gaur Mohan De, when Srila Prabhupada appeared, he said, please, when the saints came, the sadhus came, please bless my son so that he may get Radharani's mercy. So it's Radharani's prominence in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Even Srila Prabhupada in his poem in the Jalduta says, my dear brothers, if Radharani is pleased, Radharani, specifically Prabhupada, so we get an insight of Srila Prabhupada. To make him proud, we need to do our sadhana so nicely that from sadhana stage, we enter into Raganuga Bhakti. Raga Anuga. Rag means the raga. I mentioned different kinds of prem, right? Earlier. So one of the prem is raga and anuraga. So that raga prem is of the gopis of Vrindavan, the Swapaksha gopis of Vrindavan, especially when it comes to us as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's followers. So raga anuga. Anuga means to follow. Follow in the footsteps of those Vrajvasis or those gopis of Vrindavan. Raganuga Bhakti. And once we enter into Raganuga Bhakti, then of course we will be given entrance by getting our own name, form, residence, our service, etc. will be revealed to us. That is the ultimate goal. That is the reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Mahaprabhu came to give us this. He came externally to give Hare Krishna Mahamantra to everyone, but this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will internally lead us to the pastimes of Radha and Krishna while present in this body, and also if and when we go to Golok Vrindavan or to Vrindavan. That's when we will be given our actual services to Srimati Radharani. That is the nature of what that is why he's known as Namo Mahavadanyaya. He just didn't came to give us some ordinary prema or some ordinary spirituality. Mahavadanyaya means the highest, and the highest is Manjari Bhav. And that is the reason we have to realize that why did Mahaprabhu come? Krishna of Vrindavan, he came for his internal reasons, to taste his own beauty. He's so beautiful. Sometimes when Krishna would look at himself in a pillar or in a water body, oh, I'm so beautiful. He would be mesmerized by his own beauty. But the gopis of Vrindavan, and especially the crazy Radharani, would go crazier and crazier just by seeing Krishna. So he wanted to taste it from her perspective, his own sweetness. He wanted to relish that. He wanted to glorify Srimati Radharani's prem. Jadi gaur na hoito, tabe ki hoito, kemone dhari tam de. Radhara mahima, prema rasa sima, jagat janat ke. Jadi gaur na hoito, tabe ki hoito, kemone dhari tam de. If Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had not come, Jadi gaur na hoito, Tabeki hoito, what would have happened to me? Vasugosh, one of the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has composed this bhajan. Tabeki hoito, kemone dharitam de. How would I have even stayed alive? Radhara Mahima Prema Rasasima. The glories of Srimati Radharani, the crescendo, the zenith of Srimati Radharani's love. Jagata Janatake. How would the whole world have known who Srimati Radharani is and what is her prem for Krishna? Jagata Janatake. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come here to taste, or Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, did not come here to relish Dasya Bhav, Sakhya Bhav. Otherwise, he would have taken the body of a Sakha. Or the Bhav of a Sakha. He did not come here to taste Vatsalya Bhav or the parental love. Otherwise, he would have taken the Bhav of Nanda Maharaj or Yashoda Ma. But no, he came here to take the Bhav of Srimati Radharani. So that should tell us what our prayojan is, what our goal is. That should tell us. And that is the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to obtain something. So Nama Chintamani Sri Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvam Namna Namino. The holy names of Krishna are like touchstone or like a desire tree. Whatever you ask, you will get. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted, Nandanandan Krishna wanted the bhav of Srimati Radharani. So he chanted, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. 12 years in the Gambhira, in seclusion, just along with his two associates, Rai Ramanand and Swarup Damodar. Rai Ramanand is none other than Vishakha Sakhi. Swarup Damodar is none other than Lalita Sakhi. When he decided to come down, the son of Nanda Maharaj, and says, Radha, I want your bhav. I want your mood. She started laughing. Are you really crazy or what? You want my mood? You will really go bonkers. You will go nuts if you get my mood. Be careful what you're asking for. He says, no, Radhe, I do want to. I want to relish what you feel in my presence. I want to relish that. So Krishna was adamant. He was bent on coming, son of Nanda Maharaj, obtaining the mood of Srimati Radharani. So Radharani said, okay, fine. You want it, but then you know what? There will be some conditions that I'm going to put. First of all, I am going to wrap myself around you so that it will be like a shield and you will be protected. Because you don't know, once you get my bhav, you will go crazy. You will be rolling in the dust. There will be pebbles. There will be thorns. You will hurt yourself. I love you too much. I cannot see you hurt, so let me wrap myself around you. And Krishna is blackish. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Gauranga. Radharani is Gaurangi, Tapta Kanchan. Therefore, he is known as Gauranga. Second condition, she said, that I will. Now, you want to do a job, then you better do it right. Perfect. Hey Nanda Nandan, hey Nanda Kumar. That is called Dakshin Bhav. You dictate. The gopis in the Swapaksha Bhav, they says, Krishna, we are yours. Where Radharani says, Krishna, you are ours, or you are mine. That is the difference. Completely, the Krishna is controlled by Srimati Radharani, one of the transcendental qualities. So, she said, I am going to send my best two friends, Lalita and Vishakha, to make sure that you know how to obtain my bhav. They will be singing songs of Chandidas, Vidyapati, Jaidev Goswami, so that you will get that esoteric Madhurya Ras bhav and you will obtain what I feel in my heart. What I feel in my heart. They will be fanning that fire. They will be fanning that fire. So, Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda, Lalita and Vishakha stayed 12 years in Jagannath Puri in the Gambhira with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, training him and checking if everything is okay. And the third condition, she said, I will personally come down as Gadadhar Pandit to make sure that whatever you have learned from Lalita and Vishakha, etc., are you doing a good job or not, or obtaining my bhav. So Gadadhar Pandit, Radharani herself appeared to observe this whole pastime of Nanda Nandan Krishna wanting her Radha Bhav. So that is our Srimati Radharani. The whole world is, somehow or the other looking for Krishna. Even the atheists, they are looking for Krishna in the material energy. The theists are looking for Krishna either in their expansions as demigods as per the creation, and of course the forms of Krishna and the avatars of Krishna. But who is Srimati Radharani? Who is Krishna always looking for? Srimati Radharani. Krishna is so beautiful. He is beautiful than millions and millions of cupids. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. He's so beautiful. But Radharani, even Kandarpa means Kamdev. Kamdev means Cupid, he is attracted by the beauty of Krishna. Kamdev is so beautiful, everybody gets attracted by him, but he is attracted by Krishna because Krishna is so beautiful, amazingly beautiful. But who is Krishna attracted by? Radharani. So one of the names of Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini. Madan Mohan, one of the names of Cupid is Madan. And Mohan means one who enchants Cupid. But one who enchants the enchanter of Cupid is Srimati Radharani. So I think I will stop here. Anyways, today is fasting till 12. The Vaishnavas are fasting. But I think I can take a few questions or comments. We have some Vaishnavas. If I've made any mistakes or corrections, I would love to hear a feedback. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anybody? You have the mic? Yeah. Speak a little louder so that it's being recorded online.
Yeah. So, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you so much for such an insightful and transparent, bringing us there. A question from my side is like, I just wanted to understand. You mentioned about two kalpas, right? So, we are currently in which kalpa? And the second question, just to understand that whether in this kalpa Radharani was in Ravan or in.
Yes. So there are actually millions of kalpas, just not two. They are always come in different cycles. And in this millennium, Radharani appeared in Raval. Yes. The version where she came floating on the Jamuna River.
Yeah. And what is the role of all other souls? What is our role in Vrindavan?
Well, our role is like we have to qualify. We cannot even enter Golok if we don't qualify. We may enter up to Vaikuntha, Mathura, Dwarka, not Golok. So qualification is following Srila Prabhupada very strictly, attending morning program, chanting minimum 16 good rounds, and in the bhav of that our ultimate goal is keeping that ultimate goal in mind. Just like a little child, when he's still little, we ask him, what would you like to become? He says, uncle, I would like to become a doctor. And he keeps saying that, and that becomes the ultimate goal of that child, and finally does become a doctor. But at least that little child knows that there is something in existence known as a doctor. If we do not even know in existence that our goal is Radha Dasyam, then I think we have actually wasted a seat in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's college. Just like, some of us, we are very fortunate to get a seat in IIT or Stanford, Harvard, and then we are simply not interested in that subject, or we are not aware of the main subject that is being taught, then we have wasted that seat. So yes, we will come back, no doubt. And again, we can pick up from where we left, and hopefully some Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya, Srila Prabhupada will send, or perhaps he will personally come again, and he will train us and guide us. But if we do not want to increase our standard even by thought, then we will never ever make it. So our role is there everywhere and anywhere. Our role, if we want, we can stay in the material world and assist Krishna in his or assist Maya in her pastimes. Our role can be, we can assist Vishnu or Narayana or all other avatars by becoming a bhakta of those personalities. Our role is, if we want to become a devotee and have Raj Bhav, and within Raj Bhav, that specialty, like I give an example, that, doctor, but further specializing in cardiology, pulmonology, oncology. So we have specialized as Vaishnavas, as devotees of Krishna. Our specialty is Radha Dasyam. That is our specialty. So that is our goal. That is our prayojan. We may not reach it even in a million lifetimes, but as long as we have it within our hearts, Krishna will make that arrangement. It is not a piece of cake. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Radharani is not cheap. No. People say, actually Prabhupada always responded, even Vrindavan, when everybody said Radhe Radhe, Prabhupada used to say Hare Krishna. Why Hare Krishna? Did anybody think about it? Why Hare? Because the word Hara has Srimati Radharani in it, but not only her, the entire entourage in Mahabhav, the Madhuri Rasa, Gopis and Manjaris are present in the word. Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has declared that. Please try to understand this last point that I'm trying to make. When Mahaprabhu Nanda Nandan from Vrindavan makes that statement, Nija Sarva Shaktis, my own energies. Just like when somebody visits our home, we introduce, this is my wife, my son, my daughter, my father, my mother, mine. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nanda Nandan specifically, if we really have that proper insight, says that mine, who are those mine? If it is the son of Nanda Maharaj, mine means my gopis in Swapaksha Bhav of Srimati Radharani and those Manjaris. So in the word Hara, Srimati Radharani is so humble. That is one of her qualities also. She doesn't want to put herself first. Some of them in Vrindavan, they chant this Sahajya mantra, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe, and they call it the Mahamantra. No. Radharani doesn't want her name specifically to be mentioned. Even in Srimad Bhagavatam, she has not. She told Sukadeva Goswami, who is her disciple, two things. First of all, you cannot recite your Guru's name. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami never recited Radharani's name specifically in Srimad Bhagavatam. And also Srimati Radharani said, it's all right, no need. Those who will understand that rasa, they will automatically know it is me. Like for example, in the Brahmar Geet, the song of the bumblebee, nowhere it is mentioned Radha, but the bumblebee and Radharani are having a conversation. So that is why we have to hear from Rasik Acharyas. We have to hear. And Srila Prabhupada is a very, very very high level of Rasik Acharya. Some say that, oh, we have never heard all these things. If you have not heard it, that then please try to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. What is Chaitanya Charitamrita? It is a scripture full of rasa. It describes everything. Today's verse was from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we actually have forgotten to seriously read Prabhupada's books or hear from the right source. It's good to hear Bhagavad Gita. That is the resume of Dwarkadish. In the resume, everything is there. What kind of I like to give this example. What are the qualities of the job that you have? What is your education, etc. They put that on the resume. They present it so that the HR, human resources, will look at it and they will be impressed and then call you for an interview. So Vasudeva Krishna's resume is Bhagavad Gita, if I may use that analogy. So that at least we can get attracted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then Vasudeva Krishna slowly wants us, who is none other than Lord Jagannath, who is in Vraj Prem, wanting to go back to Vrindavan to experience that Prem, that sweetness that he witnessed. He wants us to take us too through the Rath Yatra. Let's all go to Vrindavan, to Gundicha Mandir. So that is the bhav that even Vasudeva Krishna is hankering after Vraj Prem as Lord Jagannath. So I hope I was able to touch upon what you wanted to hear. So anybody else? Any questions, comments? Either I think I may have bored everybody to sleep, or maybe I answered most of the questions in their minds. I don't know which one it is. But Srimati Radharani ki, Srila Prabhupada, and all the Acharyas and Gurus ki jai. Hare Krishna.